All right, guys, welcome back. We are watching Chainsaw Man Season 1, Episode 9. Last time, well, everyone got shot, and Himino disappeared, and we're being killed by a guy with sword arms. So that's rough. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Himino a lot, assuming she really is gone. I mean, it seems like it. I don't know how they could possibly make her not be dead. Right, that wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, what I'm really wondering is what effect is that going to have on Aki, right? Because it's almost like it's similar in a way to what has happened to him before, in a sense. At least mentally, I can imagine him going down a similar thought process that has led him to being so focused on revenge in the first place, with what happened to Himino here. I guess we got some stuff to deal with before we talk about any of that, because there's people with guns killing everyone, and there's this crazy snake lady and sword guy. So I don't know. Denji's gotta step up. Other than that, I don't know. I guess we just gotta see. So we're starting episode 9. You can line your own copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Ugh, gotta show it to me again, huh? And it's so... God, it's so sad how in the end it was like for nothing too, right? Like, but there's definitely something to that, the fact that it was for nothing. And it's like what's going through her head through this is that it's like she's satisfied in a way that she can save Aki, you know. Like what she was thinking about wanting him, yeah, wanting him to be able to grieve her. It's just such a broken, awful line of thinking. But of course, I mean, you know, yeah. Oh, her fingernail. Oh, God. All she had to give up was a fingernail, huh? For that? Ooh, her eyes. And she's gone. Just like everyone else, just like everyone she's cared about so much. Oh, power. Yeah. The chainsaw's heart. Yeah, sounds about right. Just like everyone else, perhaps. Oh, oh, sure. Interesting. Even with Himino gone, the Ghost Devil, huh. That's okay. All right. They are very similar, right? This sword guy and Denji. It makes you think, because Makima said that there were other people like Denji, that it's not unprecedented, right? Sure, sure. Oh, I like bad guys. Right, right. Ooh. Hmm. So, okay. I wonder if Denji is a match for this guy. Especially because she's here too. Fuck. Okay, all right. Um. Okay, so this guy is a lot like Denji, the sword guy. We know he has a connection to the Yakuza. Uh, what's weird is that in episode 1, when the Yakuza were talking about Denji, they didn't say anything. Okay, no. Denji wasn't like this yet, right? He wasn't in this form that he's like yet, right? Um, so I guess is it like everything I'm saying doesn't make any sense. I guess what I'm trying to say here is he's connected to the Yakuza, and he is like this, right? He's like Denji. He has this weird like form where he's like he's like Denji, this weird like devil human hybrid almost, whatever you want to call it, unclear. So I was gonna say, could the Yakuza have been interested in Denji for that same reason if they have a connection to these people that are like this? But I guess Denji wasn't like that yet. I guess there's no reason to believe that they thought Denji would be like that. And from what they were saying in episode 1, it seemed to have nothing to do with why they were using him anyway, right? He was just, like, useful to them as a, they can make money from him, right? So I guess I was thinking that there's some kind of bigger, like what, some kind of bigger group here that is interested in people like Denji, Or is it specifically, the chainsaw, right? The whole thing with the chainsaw, right? That it seems to be so important, like with what Makima said about the chainsaw stuff too. Thank God all that rambling was during the opening, so people won't be subjected to it as much. Because they're just skip it. I don't know. Ooh, Sawatari. Okay. And how they always just call him Chainsaw, right? Like the Eternity Devil was doing that too. It's like that's what they're truly interested in, right? Oh, a little bit dangerous to just be standing here. Oh, God. Maybe he is powerful enough, huh? It's just Denji is so, like, inexperienced. Ooh. I don't know, who would win in a fight? Someone with a sword or with a chainsaw? Hard to say. Man. So then, like, does this guy have, like, a similar... Like, did he have a connection with the devil the same way? Oh, Denji did with Pochita? Oh, aim for the heart. They want to shoot the heart. I wonder. Oh. You dipshit. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about this guy at all. I do not think this is going to do anything. Yeah, like... Don't think he cares in the slightest. Oh, God. You lowlife. Oh, or does he? Wow. Or he's baiting him, I don't know. Yeah, like, come on. Dumbass. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Sure. Nothing personal, kid, huh? Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Makima isn't gonna let this happen, right? I'm assuming, of course, Makima's not dead, obviously. I wouldn't believe that for a second. It's some kind of gonna end up being a rescue mission for Denji? Oh yeah, just like Denji, like melting like that. Can't win against guns. Sure. Interesting. What is a gun, huh? A gun versus... Oh, is he really dead? I guess so. I don't know how he wouldn't be. Yeah, it's just all of the... It's like the whole bureau was just targeted specifically, right? No way she's dead. Okay. Oh, yeah, no. Of course, right? Fuck. Of course we don't get to see. I don't know what she did. I wonder what she is. What is Makima? Fuck. Ooh, the matching scars. So many people got scars as devil hunters. Yeah, yeah. Oh, were they here waiting? Here waiting for Makima. Yeah, yeah. Did we waste our time? Nope, she's gonna walk out just fine. Covered in blood, maybe. Might be a little bit of a shock, but she's okay. Hmm. Has to be... some kind of contract that she has with the devil, I assume, right? Just like everyone else. But what would it be? Oh, there she is. Is she completely uninjured? Tendo, Kuruso. Her face is completely unbloodied, which is interesting. Yeah. Oh, she hides it. Interesting. Okay. Oh, God. Completely obliterated. Very interesting. It's interesting that she hides it, right? You would think, if it was a contract she had, it would be like, knowledge of people would have knowledge of it that she's able to do whatever she did. A lot of them, right? Yeah, yeah. So it's all. Is it just the gun devil wants Stingy dead as well? Oh, okay. Ooh, of a shrine. Sure, sure. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, here are the convicts, I suppose. God, what a horrible situation. So dehumanizing. Of course, I mean, people certainly have differing attitudes when it comes to convicted criminals, I guess. Hmm. She is not gonna let them take Dingy away from her, that's for sure. God, she's so, like, otherworldly, you know? She's so creepy. It's like this. It just feels like everything she does is so calculated. Even as she was putting the clothes on there so calmly, so carefully, It's just every word and everything she does. It's like it's perfectly. Oh, they're at the shrine. Interesting. It's like it's perfectly orchestrated, always for some purpose. She doesn't do anything without specific reason. So what is the point of this shrine? Oh God. Is he just completely fine after what? Yeah. Oh, looking at her fingernail that she gave up. I just grab the bloody stump. I don't know. Come on. Ooh. A crow? A raven? What are they thinking? Oh. Did he... Yeah. Did he, like, wake up from whatever's going on? Because it seems like these are random people that have just been... Oh, or not. Okay. Right. Sure. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought all the people with, like, guns on the train and stuff were just random people that were somehow being controlled or something, but... now I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, Makima, huh? Because, like, that old lady, right? Right, right, right. Something about what they're doing with the shrine and stuff, right? It has to be. But it's somehow something to do with Makima. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. What is she doing? What a shot. What a shot. Ooh, them too. Yeah, that's right. So secretive. Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. Maybe. I don't know. That is interesting. What kind of devil? Ooh, Mishima Shuzo. Is that someone's name, I assume? Oh, it's like the crushing, like the crushing symbol. Yeah. Oh, he's gone. Bye, Mishima. Yeah, yeah. Oh, God, what would do this? Oh my God. And he dies too. Yeah, yeah. That's so interesting. It like works through like a conduit almost, some kind of like sacrifice in a way, right? Oh. Yeah. God, I'm really trying to think what devil would do this. And how does she know all of their names, right? If that's like a requirement for it, it seems. God. No, it feels so fitting for her as a character though, right? Huh. It doesn't matter. She doesn't care. Not that she even knows, right? Just explodes. God, oh, the gun and the puddle of blood. Interesting. Very interesting. It's interesting she doesn't do it to those two, right? What a terrifying enemy to have, huh? God, and how. And like what? She's just allowed to do that, right? Like how terrifying that is that she can kill all of these people. Like the criminals, right? Even though, yeah, I guess they're criminals with a life sentence or worse, but still. How dark. Okay. Well, she a pretty successful job, huh? Oh, probably Makima's. I mean, the fact that she's assuming it's Makima's must mean she has some kind of info on it, right? And at the same time, why are they not surprised that they aren't dead? Do they know for some reason that she can't do it to them? I just have no idea. Oh, what's up, Kovani? Yeah, like this old lady is the reason why I thought it was people that were like being controlled or something, you know? Unless she really is just someone who works. Oh, oh, man. Is she in any way a match? I mean, what? Himino said she was really good, that she had. Oh, I. Yeah. Tail. Oh. I mean, if they're going straight to that, she must be pretty scary, huh? Oh my god. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, just. Man. Ooh. Oh, really? I mean, they were just gonna leave. They have to get Denji, right? No? Really? Okay. God, she's so calm. She's so put together. Okay, wow. But she literally saved everything completely. Okay. God, I love Kobiti, huh? Man, she is impressive, huh? So calm, so put together, so, wow. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, I wonder what she's thinking, when she was so. Oh God. Oh, I don't like that. But when everyone's dead, everyone died for him, right? In a way. It's like it's his fault, you could say, in her mind, right? It's like, why is she still alive? Oh, oh. It's like, and she never wanted this in the first place. She didn't want to be here at all. And yet she's the one who's alive? Yeah, and all these people died. Oh. Can't blame her. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Because Himino was, like, the person who, like, believed in Kobani, too. Right? Like, oh, Madoka-kun, huh? Apart from non-humans, yeah. No kidding. No kidding. Okay. Ooh, completely under her command, huh? Interesting. Huh. I doubt she's too unhappy about that development, I assume. Oh, really? Can't blame him. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. A good question. Because it has worked out to her favor in a way, huh? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, yeah. Huh. I can't help but imagine there's some kind of. No, never mind, never mind. Ooh. They're so uneasy with Makima. Makes sense, right? But okay. That's a shame. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. That was a good episode. God, everything's just awful. I just like Himeno's gone. Kobani, I love Kobani so much. What is gonna happen to her? I want her to quit. I want her to stop. I want her to give up. But she can't, right? That's the problem, right? In a way, it's like she's trapped too. Um, in a sense, right? What an ending. Oh, her hands like outstretched, yeah, with the ghost devil. Oh, ooh. Oh, the crow. Makima. Oh, and the cigarette. Thinking away. God, that might have been my favorite ending so far, huh? That was good. Okay, we will talk about the episode in the discussion. Okay, let's talk about the episode. That was a good one. As always, just this was very much like a plot episode, right? There's so many questions about so many things. I don't know. Makima is quite the character, huh? I am so immediately. Okay, so here's like my theory, right? I don't know, maybe it's obvious in a way, but I also maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it in a sense. I don't know. I want to say that in some way Makima is involved with everything that happened here. That in some way she is part of everyone dying. And the only reason I want to say that is because, of course, everything ended up working perfectly for her, right? Due to personnel shortage, the first, second, and third special divisions are to merge into the fourth. And now, Makima is now completely the commander of everything, in a sense, you know? Um, and I mean, like this shot of her face after, she seems pretty satisfied with that, huh? Seems like a plan that perhaps worked out well. Now, I guess the problem with viewing it in that way, that in some way she was part of all of this, is like that's crazy, right? There's way too many like moving parts here to like say, because it's all this stuff with the gun devil having attacked them, and so then like what Makima's part of all of that, that she's actually working with the gun devil or something. Maybe that's stretching it too far, right? Maybe it's not that Makima had any part in all of this, or and it just ended up working out well for her, and she enjoys it, right? Because I guess I don't have any doubts that she like doesn't care about all these people who died, right? I really don't think she cares. It seems like all she cares about is just getting more power and control, right? That seems to be like all of her actions, everything she's ever done, every little sentence she says, every action just seems so perfectly orchestrated in order to like manipulate people and get more power and become and have more like control over everything. That just seems to be everything about her as a character, right? She seems so uncaring about the lives of anyone else, right? Like, I mean, this whole scene with the with all of this, um it's like I guess sure these are condemned criminals, so you should care about their lives, right? I certainly don't view it in that way. Um, but it just shows, just like the imagery of this, all these people kneeling in front of her as she kills them one by one, to further her own purposes in some way. It's like I almost want to say with the way that Makima seems to be like this a mastermind above everything. I almost want to say that she's even manipulating the gun devil itself somehow. And that it's not that she's working with the gun devil to orchestrate this attack, but in some way she manipulated the gun devil to do this for her own benefit. I wouldn't put that past her. Obviously, I have no evidence for that. I have no like I have nothing to back that up other than just saying that would make so much sense to me if that ends up being the truth, right? I guess I view Makima as almost being like the final boss, right? That she is so above everything else, right? Um, and maybe that's part of her manipulation, right? Maybe that's part of her goal in a way, is to seem so untouchable and so above everything. Like in one of the early episodes when she was talking to like all those big shots about Denji and everything, even in that shot, even in that scene, she was the only one standing up. They were all sitting down. It felt like even there, she was like the one in control somehow. That she was like the real big shot. Um, it just feels like she always dominates everything in this way that makes it feel like she is never not the one completely in control at any given moment, right? Um, and because the situation worked out so perfectly for her, I'm just saying, right? Makes sense. The only problem, of course, is like I don't believe for a second, obviously, that like, God, what's their name? Sword Guy and Snake Girl, whatever their names were, I forgot already. We'll see it as we go through the episode. They told us her name, right? Um, they certainly aren't on Makima's side, right? They don't believe for a second that they're working with her. They're terrified of her, right? I don't blame them. So I almost want to go towards the idea that in some way Makima orchestrated this situation, not through like working directly with the Gun Devil or anyone on that side, but like she somehow pulled strings and made this happen to benefit her and for probably other purposes. Who knows, right? But she certainly, I don't think, wants the Gun Devil to have Denji, right? Whatever Denji is, whatever this heart is that people keep saying that they want. God, I did that. I clicked on that perfectly. That's crazy. Um, it is something that Makima herself, I believe, also wants, right? It seems like that's kind of the point of all of it, right? Is that everyone is in some way after the chainsaw heart, after Denji's heart, right? Which is both interesting from a plot perspective and very interesting from like a thematic perspective, right? Denji's heart being like kind of the core of the show in a way, right? How there's been all of these characters who have been so like emotionally manipulative with Denji in a sense, right? Denji's heart being so important, like in a thematic sense, not in a literal sense, whatever the chainsaw heart is, you know. How Makima has been clearly using like emotional manipulation, but more so like sexual manipulation, right? Like manipulating the way Denji just like reacts to her being so attractive to him, right? Or like Himino in the last episode, right? And like the way she was acting with Denji, right? It's like if everyone isn't after Denji's heart literally, the chainsaw heart, they are certainly in a sense after it in like the the emotional sense of after someone's heart, right? Which is very interesting. It's in a sense that's kind of a very negative way to view things, right? The idea that in some way everyone is manipulating Denji like after his heart, right? It puts everyone in the show at this very like adversarial like stance to him, like emotionally and interpersonally, right? Uh I guess the only people you could say that aren't after his heart, that aren't trying to emotionally manipulate him literally and are also after the chainsaw heart is like what? Like Power? Um and that makes sense, right? Power isn't after the chainsaw heart at all. I don't think she has any idea what that is. And she is also someone who I think Denji actually has a normal relationship with, just like friends with, right? Um, so I guess it's not everyone, right? But it is just a very negative way to view the world. The idea that there's all these people out there who are always so ready to emotionally manipulate you for their own purposes, right? I don't really view the world in that way. I don't. I guess in my mind, it's like this is a very unique situation for Denji, despite the fact that Denji is such a relatable character. I feel like for everyone, in a sense, if you really try and project yourself onto him, I think everyone can relate in a way to his struggle. Not understanding what you really want, not knowing what you're chasing, in a sense. And if we're viewing it in this way of there's all of these people after him at all times, trying to manipulate him and ruin his life or something, that's a rough way to think about it, right? Hmm. So yeah, we start off here, of course, with Himino dying. I mean, we talked about it so much last time. It's so sad how she's joined. It's like she finally gets to join that long line of people that have left her, in a sense, right? In a way, it's like she's being reunited with them in a way, right? She's just another death, and it's like the sad thing is like we focus so much on Himino all this time, but it's not like Himino is unique in this sense, right? There's everyone who's a devil hunter has probably had similar thoughts to her if they've lived long enough, right? Having to face this longing and this loss of all these people that she's cared about, you know? It's just so awful. And now she's just another one of them, right? She's just dead. Because when I'm gone, oh, I skipped the line. I want you to cry for me. Yeah, can't really blame her. Can't really blame her. Because it's like, I imagine from Himino's perspective, all of these people that she cared so much about, it's like they've almost meant more to her in death in a way. Because their deaths have affected her so much, right? So it's like she herself imagines that she will have this such a meaningful, deep impact on Aki, right? That in a way she will endlessly forever be a part of him, the same way all the people that she's lost are a part of her, through her death, right? Because he'll cry for her. Very interesting. We see Snake Girl here uses a fingernail for that's like a part of the body of her body that she gives up for this. which is interesting. It's interesting that some devils work like that. Because for like Aki, for example, with the Fox Devil, he, as far as we see, he doesn't have to give up anything. He just does that, and the Fox Devil shows up and destroys something. She has to give up a fingernail, which is interesting. For one, it's interesting because it's so horrible that Himino gave up her entire body for this, and all she has to give up is a fingernail, and this happens, right? God, what a slap in the face, huh? Man, withdraw. Of course, I mean, we talked about it last time, but it makes sense that the Snake Devil is so powerful, I think, in comparison to all these other devils we've seen. Because snakes are such a common fear, right? I think so many people are terrified of snakes. And she's gone. I'm sad we didn't get to see anything about Aki in this episode. I really want to know how he's going to cope with this, what he's going to think about. Because it would be so easy for it to push him further down this path of revenge, right? Especially because this is another person who is working with the Gun Devil, right? If anything, this is just going to further ignite Aki's, like, desperate feeling that he has to get revenge. Like, it's going to result in him going off and recklessly dying or something, which isn't what Himino wants. Of course, Himino's dead now, so... The Fiend ran away, Power ran away. Can't blame her, although I do wonder if she's, like, doing something. I don't know. We know who Power is. I can't help but wonder if she truly did just run away. I don't know. We certainly don't see her show back up and save the day or anything, right? We're here for the Chainsaw Heart. So everyone is after Denji's heart. I don't even remember what we've said about it before. It's such an unclear thing about what the Chainsaw Heart is or what it could represent. But we now know that it's just everyone is after it, right? Again, it goes back to what Makima said in like episode 3 or something, where it seems like she herself is aware of what the chainsaw means, right? She said, like, Denji's the chainsaw devil. I just think that's interesting. It really makes you think that whatever the Chainsaw Devil is, whatever Denji is, maybe it's specifically something that has happened ever since Denji, like, merged with Pochita and became whatever he is now. There's something about the Chainsaw Devil that is very meaningful, and we just don't know what yet, right? We do know that this sword guy who's working with the Yakuza, or is at least connected to the Yakuza. He doesn't really have to be working with them, right? He's connected to him because he's that guy's grandson, right? We know he is very similar to Denji. He has the same form, where he's like has these swords sticking out of his arms, all of this. He melts in the same way Denji did. He is similar to Denji. And the fact that he is in that form, but it's not like his heart and is like important as far as we know or anything. That makes it clear that it's very much a Denji specific thing. That's very much a chainsaw specific thing, perhaps, right? That whatever the Chainsaw Devil is, or perhaps whatever Denji has done with Pochita, the form he is in now, has had some effect on the heart, maybe, and it's now in some way very important, right? Because if it was just this form that he's taken, then the sword guy, they would just take the sword guy's heart or something, because he's in the same form, right? And I guess, I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but it's like, if he had a connection with the Yakuza too, the sword guy, if it was something about Pochita specifically, you would think then, because Denji was running around with Pochita that whole time, that they would have just taken Pochita and been like, oh, there's the chainsaw with the chainsaw heart. We want that so badly. Unless unless I'm overthinking this Yakuza connection, and like his grandfather I didn't know about any of this stuff, which is also possible. I don't know. I don't know. The Ghost Devil comes and pulls Denji's chain, which is interesting. It makes me wonder, because Himeno's dead now, so you would think the contract is over. That the Ghost Devil wouldn't be doing anything about any of this anymore. But I guess I just don't know, right? Because I guess Himeno gave up her whole body, for a part of this contract. I guess we don't know how that works exactly. I wonder if the Ghost Devil is still in some way bound to that contract, despite Himeno just being gone. I don't know. But Denji wakes up. Time to fight. Time to fight this guy. Don't damage the heart. What's interesting, they say don't damage the heart, but then later they say to shoot at the heart. So, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on, but one thing's for sure, you two are the bad guys. I like bad guys, because nobody will complain if I slaughter them. Very interesting. It makes sense that Denji has like this like simplistic view of things like that in a way, right? Just wanting to view people as just the bad guys, right? And that's it, you know? Certainly not one to ask them any questions about anything that's going on, unfortunately. Hmm. Denji, I'm surprised how well Denji does for a while, honestly. Considering, I mean, like, Denji is so inexperienced, I think, compared to this guy, I assume, you know? Of course, so the sword guy, it also makes you think, so he's in the same form as Denji is. At least it certainly seems like it, right? Um, so did he also have like a close connection to a devil in some way, like Denji did with Pochita? And you know, like the devil merged with him in this way where he didn't take over his body and just make him a fiend. Um, I suppose, right? I don't know how they would artificially reach that kind of state. Maybe they could. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Because it seems like the devil I guess I'm just guessing here. It seems like once that happens, the devil's like gone, right? Like I don't think Pochita could just be like, "Oh, I'm tired of this. I'm going to leave Denji's body now," right? So I assume the truth that's true for whatever devil has had the sword guy reach this form as well, right? So it seems like it has to be that you have to have a genuine connection with the devil, you know. I guess for his case it would be like the sword devil or the you know, something like that, right? She looks at her fingernail. Fingernails, losing your fingernail is real painful. Obviously, it's nothing compared to what Heavy had to give up. We have some fingernail-related trauma on this channel after what we experienced with Higurashi last week. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, God. Sawatari, that is her name. Sawatari. Interesting. I wonder, I'm going to go to Google Translate. I'm going to see if that name means anything. I don't want to, like, Google it, because I don't want to, like, you know. Nope, nothing really pops up. I don't know. I assume there's some kind of meaning behind that name, or it could just be like a normal name. I've never heard that name before, but who knows? Who knows? Fighting chainsaw on the third floor of the Nerima Nishidai building. Aki is out of it. Can't really blame him. Oh God, I really wonder what's going through Aki's head, right? It's like, fuck. Man, well, Denji does well for a while till these guys show up with guns. Okay, so here's what I was thinking about the people with guns. Because of that old lady who shot Arai and was shooting at Kobani, I thought that all these people, and how it's like all the people on the train stood up with guns instantly to shoot Makima and everyone, right? I thought in some way they were like being controlled, and that like they were, I don't know, mind washed or something, brainwashed or something, you know. Because I guess I just didn't think that old lady would would I actually be like part of this, you know. I thought she would be like being controlled to shoot them, you know. But at this point, I guess I just have no idea if that's the reality of it or not. Maybe that old lady actually is just evil, right? I don't know. I just thought all these people with guns were just random people being controlled to shoot. You know, in some way it was like orchestrated like that. You know, but I guess maybe not. Maybe I was just thinking of it completely wrong. I guess there's no real reason to actually think that. I just kind of had that vibe, right? But it certainly seems like these two are actually like part of all of this, right? So maybe I was just completely wrong, and that's just a silly way to think of it. Aim for the arms or the heart? It's so interesting that he wants them to shoot the heart. I wonder if just, I don't know, the guns wouldn't be enough to destroy it while he would, right? Hmm. Denji grabs this guy and wants to, you know, threatens him. Um, I really thought this guy just wouldn't care at all. Which he probably doesn't. I assume that the chainsaw heart is much more important than this random guy's life, right? So, yeah. Although, oh wait, of course, right? She can just heal them, right? Because this guy's fine later, right? He cuts both of them in half, but then this guy's just fine in a moment, right? Wait, where is it? I'm not stupid, right? Oh no, is this a different person? No, never mind. I thought this was the same guy. Because when the snake lady like healed sword guy, whatever his name is. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm stupid. No, I think this guy actually does just die. He actually does just kill him. So, yeah. No, okay. Because they both got like the gray hair with the beanie, but no. Different guy. Different guy. Denji, it's interesting how Denji expects him to care. It's interesting how Denji expects him to care about this random guy's life over wanting to take his heart. Um, because for one, he just called them like bad guys who no one cares about them dying, right? So it's like Denji has this negative view of them as just bad guys that he's fine with killing. But it's like it shows that he expects some form of humanity from them almost to care enough to not want to kill this random guy just because he's, very interesting, you know? But Sword Guy, nothing personal, killed kid, flashes behind him and cuts them in half. Obviously, I assume Denji will be okay. I guess, we've seen Denji get completely torn to pieces before and has been fine afterward in episode 1, right? He needs some blood, I suppose, to heal, I assume. Get the van. They're bringing Denji back. They've taken out all the other allies Chainsaw had. Yeah, yeah. And he melts. Devil hunters are human too. They can't win against guns. Very interesting thing to say. It really makes you think about he's pitting this idea of devil hunters and humans against guns, right? And like what is a gun, I guess, right? A gun is something that purely exists just to kill people, right? It's interesting comparing it to the idea of a chainsaw, because it's like we've seen chainsaws before used for more than just taking lives, right? Chainsaws are something that incidentally can be used to kill people, but weren't invented for that purpose, right? Denji didn't use them for that purpose before. Like he was literally in episode 1 cutting down trees for money and stuff, right? Um, so it's interesting thinking about guns compared to a chainsaw, because guns are just that, purely used for taking lives. I don't really know what more to say about it than that at this point. It's the Gun Devil in that sense. It's interesting, right? Thinking about the Gun Devil in that sense, because it does represent something that is purely just made for killing people, unlike every other devil we've seen, really, right? And maybe that makes sense why it's such a horrible, awful devil. Because not only is it something that a lot of people are afraid of in a way, it's also something that is purely just used to take lives from people, right? Like a gun. Obviously, you can hunt with guns. Like it's not purely just for killing people. It is purely just killing, though. There's not. I don't know what else you would use a gun for other than that. That's what they're for, right? Hmm. Harai's dead. Rest in peace. After he was gonna quit too, right? It's such a horrible like God, it's just so horrible, right? That he was gonna quit. He was gonna give up, He was gonna leave. He thought he wasn't cut out for it. And he dies for Kobani too, right? He gives his life for hers. When she has like such horrible self-esteem and she thinks she's so, that she was forced to be here. That she's not even here of her own volition and that someone dies for her. Like I just imagine in her head, it's like she's thinking that if she had refused or if she, wasn't here, this wouldn't have happened. Like it's so, God. In a sense, it's like too Ari dying for her when she's here, not even of her own will. In a way that makes it worse because it's like, um, if she just wasn't in the situation, it's like he just died, almost keeping her in the situation in a way, right? It's like that is a way she could so easily think of it. Um, that makes it feel like pointless, that if she just wasn't here, if she wasn't in the situation she was in, if she wasn't a devil hunter, like she didn't want to be in the first place, then he wouldn't have died. Like, of course, I mean, not that that would actually be the reality of it, but you know what I mean, right? So Makima, okay, okay. So Makima's dead, right? She's sitting here on the ground dead. And then suddenly, she's just completely fine, face covered in blood, and she does something to them. And she says that the devil that she contracts with, like, can't be public, right? That no one's allowed to know what it is. We know that her devil also lets her, like, crush people from afar. Um, I don't know. What would it be? What would a devil be that would grant her these kinds of powers? Like immortality almost? Or is it like Is it immortality or is it what? I mean there's so many things that you could say this could be, you know. There's actually so many possible answers to what happened here, you know. That could have been a puppet and it could have not been her, you know. That could have been like a replacement for her that actually got shot and it just wasn't her. Um it could have been so many things, you know. I have no idea. I have no idea, right? Alongside like the weird, maybe this puppet idea makes sense in some way, right? Like this whole, you know, crushing people from afar, almost like a puppet in a way, controlling people from far away. But it also seems to be related to like crows almost, unless the crow was just meant to be like a bad omen, right? Which that certainly it, you know, the crow could certainly not mean anything, you know. I really don't know. I really don't know. And of course, I want to say that in some way the devil she has a contract with is related to like her personality and her attitude, her power hungry, like manipulative, you know, seeking power attitude. Um, but again, it's like there's that's just too vague. That's too vague to make a guess. I just don't know. I just don't know. Hmm. Because it's like I was gonna say this whole puppet idea would be interesting, right? The idea that somehow, you know, the Makima that died was like a puppet or something, you know, and that she was actually fine, you know. The same way it's like you could imagine her killing people from afar, almost like puppets, right? And like puppets are something related to like control and stuff, using people as her puppets or something. The only reason I don't want to say that is because the way that she like crushes all those people later, it's like she just like grinds them and crushes them in her hand, you know. It doesn't feel like anything relating to um like puppet strings or anything. And it seems like it's almost like the condemned criminals that she uses. It's like she's using them as like a conduit for this in some way. It's like this very weird specific thing that I don't know how it relates to anything. I don't know. I don't know. First, second, third, and fourth divisions were all attacked in Tokyo. Absolutely. I like her attitude. Did we waste our time waiting here? They both seem to be very scared of Makima, very uneasy around her. Can't blame them. I think anyone that's normal that isn't like Denji would be. It's interesting that her face is completely clear, right? So I don't know. I don't know. It's like she took the time to wash off her face, I guess. Very interesting. Because it seems like the blood pattern on her clothes is like the same as it was before, right? As when she was in the train. So I don't know. I don't know. They were gonna tax in Tokyo too. It's the enemy's blood. I wasn't shot, and she lies about it. Yeah. It's like God, and what did she do to them? I don't know. I mean, something, something, right? Hmm. So yeah, confirming all the casualties. All these people are dead. Probably after Denji. Of course they are, right? And it's like, I guess you could say, if Makima has some giant crazy master plan that she's using Denji as bait to try and make this happen, but that would be I mean, that's too much, right? Unless she can, like, see the future and have, like, you know, perfect knowledge of what the enemy's plans would be, you know? That doesn't really make any sense, right? Get 30 convicts with life sentences or worse from the Ministry of Justice. Tendo-chan gets exclusive use of a nearby shrine, one at the highest elevation you can find. And she has to do it at a shrine, too. Oh god, there's so many parts to it that I just don't know how to explain at all, right? Hmm. Here are all these convicts, right? Her use of these convicts, of these people with condemned sentences, or condemned criminals with life sentences or worse. It like, yes, they're criminals, and obviously it's like society at large doesn't treat criminals too well. But I think it just paints like her view of people so well, right? I think she views everyone, she treats everyone in a way like this, you know? I don't think the fact that she's so willing to throw their lives away like this, you know? I mean, it's pretty dark the fact that the society in this world is willing to let her do it at all, right? That it's just a normal thing. She can just request criminals to kill. Um, that's pretty dark, right? But the fact that she does it so willingly, just throws their lives away like this, it really fits with her, right? I like the scene of her getting dressed. The way she's so like she's so careful and practiced with every movement as she puts on these clothes, right? So fitting for her, right? It just makes you think. I mean, that's everything she does. Everything she does feels so calculated and precise, and yeah, just like the slow way she's putting on her clothes, putting on her tie, you know. So here are the criminals at the shrine. Hmm. Won't be able to fight again for a while. I assume he needs blood, perhaps, just like Denji does. So this crow shows up. They're freaked out by it. Again, I don't know. I don't know if it's just a bad omen and it's just how he starts feeling weird and crazy, right? As Makima exerts this kind of power over him. For a second, what I thought was going on here again, because I was still in the mindset that somehow these people like being controlled by the gun devil or something, you know, that they weren't actually part of this, they were random civilians. I thought that control was somehow breaking or something, or the, you know. But no, that's just not. Again, I was just thinking nonsense, I guess. And he gets crushed. So, okay. They immediately somehow know this is Makima, but at the same time, it's like they didn't know what Makima's powers were exactly. Because from a line later, it's like it seems like, you know, they say like, "Oh, that must have been Makima." Um, it's like if they knew exactly this was Makima's power, it's like that would go without saying, right? Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking that line. It's certainly they know what Makima's powers are, which is interesting because she keeps it so secretive from everyone else. That's very interesting. I wonder how they even know, right? And they all die. And yeah, she's doing this weird ritual, right? With all these people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. Even they have to wear blindfolds. Makima-san reports directly to the chief cabinet security. Regular devil hunters are not allowed to know what devil she has a contract with. Yeah, yeah. We certainly don't see a devil, right? We certainly don't see one here. There's no hint at all of what she's actually doing. So they have to say the person's name that they kill, and she just somehow in some way that connects her to them through this other person and she crushes them. I have no guesses at all what this could be, frankly. I have no idea. And it's interesting too that she doesn't kill the sword guy or the snake girl as well, right? Why doesn't she? Does she not know their names somehow? How did she know the names of all these random people? It's just I don't know. I don't know. Huh. I really don't know. I don't know what to think about her at all. But she crushes them one by one. Hmm. This is all I can do from here. Going back to Tokyo. All right, all right. This ridiculous power is probably Makima's, right? It's like she seems like unsure, right? They aren't sure exactly what her power is, I suppose, but maybe they have a general idea of it. I really don't know. Of course, this power is terrifying because it shows that you cannot escape her, like her web in a way, right? Like, let's say if Denji wanted to run away, she could just do this to him, right? Denji truly cannot escape her, right? No one can, in a way, right? If she can just do this. Hmm. And here's Kobani, huh? Here's Kobani. After Arai just sacrificed himself for her. So sad. Himino said that Kobani, what did she say? What was her exact wording? She said she had some serious skills or something like that, right? And it was just her nerves that hold her back. Certainly seems like it, right? And they seem terrified of her immediately, right? Like so much so that she immediately calls the snake to try and kill her, right? I don't know if they could just sense it, you know. God, she seems Kobani is so like put together and so calm in this moment, you know? So unlike the way she's always been before, which is very interesting. I don't know, I wonder is she because she's always been the type to fold under pressure, right? And now she isn't at all. She's so like look at her face, it's like a poker face, you know? She's so just I don't know, so impressive, very interesting. God, and they're so scared of her that they like run away, which is crazy. They leave without Denji, you know? She's really that powerful of a person, I suppose. Man, God. And of course, I mean there's the stuff with Makima too. Who knows, right? But still. Sorry about trying to kill you before. She apologizes for it, which I guess I can't blame her in a sense, right? Like, I can't blame her for like the way she reacts in a second here, like thinking that it's pointless to even say that. Um, like I understand what she's feeling here, right? But at the same time, it's like everyone just died for him. It all just feels so pointless, I'm sure, right? Like it's like, yeah, it's like what am I saying? What am I even doing here? You know? It just all just has to feel so ridiculous, right? Especially because it's like if Dingy had died before, none of this would have happened as well, you know? Like I just can't help but I sympathize so much with all this going through her head, you know? Because she doesn't even want to be here, you know? Like, man, he took the bullets for me because of me, and yeah, yeah. Telling Himeno Senpai that I'm quitting next time I see her. Well, unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to. What is she gonna? How's she gonna react when she learns Himino's dead? Like, oh my god, oh god. And these are the things that Himino herself, like, it's just so sad. It's so sad. I don't know. I don't know, man. Hmm. And yeah, we've kind of talked about this. Interesting, his name is Madoka, right? I want to think there's some kind of meaning behind that, but I assume Madoka is like a name that's just a more normal name beyond just Madoka Magica, right? Hmm. So yeah, I mean, we talked about all this, right? All these people are dead. Makima is now in much more control than before, right? She certainly doesn't seem too put off by that. All according to plan, it seems. And he's resigning. He wants to quit. I wonder. My only choices are to quit or be killed. I um. I wonder about that. I wonder if he's going to be alive for much longer. I don't know. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if he suddenly meets an untimely end despite having quit, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. The way these two look so nervous at her just like staring straight at him. God, it really fills you with a sense of dread in a way, I feel. How much of this did you predict would happen, Makima-san? And she doesn't say. She doesn't say. Hmm. Just so you know, we're not transferring to the special division. We'll be back to Kyoto next week. Yeah, they don't want to be working under her. I can't blame them. I can't blame them. Well, a very good episode. I really liked the ending. This might be my favorite ending so far. Really good. I really enjoyed it. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's so sad. Himino deserves two endings like this though that are so focused on her. Hmm. Well, a good episode. So much plot stuff. So much plot stuff. I'm really down with it though. I wonder how much stuff I'm saying is complete nonsense and is completely wrong. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that is it. A good episode, as always. I am deeply enjoying this. I'm glad I'm going to get to jump right into the movie after all of this. I'm not going to have to wait like other people did. I wonder if there's any news of season 2. I think someone in the Discord said there was some kind of news about it or something, which I am down for that. It has been so good so far. Which is surprising. It's only surprising to me because I know there's a lot of people online. I've seen people complain about it before, about like the adaptation and saying that they're like unhappy with it. Um, which I guess I don't know, right? I've never read the manga, so like obviously I don't know the differences between the manga and the anime, or like what the differences are that people complain about. But it's certainly been good to me, that's for sure. I've been enjoying it. Obviously, there's never a perfect adaptation, right? I feel like if you're someone who's really into the source material of something, when there's an anime adaptation or something similar, it's like I feel like it's almost impossible to not be let down in some way because there's always going to be cuts, there's always going to be differences, right? Maybe I sound silly because maybe this was a particularly bad adaptation. I guess I wouldn't know, right? It still seems good to me. It seems like it stands on its own to me, right? Who knows now? Who knows? Anyway, I suppose that's it. So please, if you enjoy my videos, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.